live.
Nice. All right, I'll start us off.
All right, cool.
Ready?
Yeah, when you are.
Ready? What's up, world? This is new. This is something that Jason Markow. I don't know where this will be.
We'll figure it out.
This way? I don't know. Somewhere around myself. We're kind of just two Jasons. I live in Florida. He lives in California. That like talking about stuff. We got a lot of things in common. So we thought we'd make a video, podcast, blog, vlog, whatever the local buzzword is of the week, and chat about it. So if you don't know who I am, I'm Jason Sadler from iwearyourshirt.com, and this is the other Jason.
I'm the other Jason. I am Jason Markow, and I'm also online as Text Artist. New site is about.me/textartist, and YouTube, the Facebook, the Twitter machine.
We're going to put links below to like everything we talk about, so if you're watching this, wherever you're watching it, there'll be links all over the place. So format of this is going to be a couple topics, 4 minutes per topic. Kind of think your PTI if you watch sports, and we'll go back and forth talking about them. We'll talk about some random stuff, and then our favorite YouTube videos of the week to close out the show. Keep it to 15 to 20 minutes at most. Let's get right into it.
Jam. I think you're up first. You got first topic.
First topic here on our list, and we're going to look at lists because we're not organized here. Is Zynga going for a low float IPO? Now, I'm not going to get into the details of even what an IPO is, of all the things that are involved in that process. I just want to talk about the fact that as far as IPOs go, you got LinkedIn and Zynga, which are the two big players in the social media space. I should start the timer. All right, so I started the timer, but it's like less time than that. Anyway, LinkedIn going IPO is like huge for social networking, right? Because it's the big validator of, all right, these companies make money. A lot of them are making millions, hundreds of millions of dollars. They want to get bigger. They want more people to experience them because, let's be honest, most people probably don't know what LinkedIn is. If you ask the everyday person walking down the street, they've probably heard of Facebook and Twitter, no clue what LinkedIn is. But Zynga's behind the scenes just killing it. I mean, Zynga makes more money than Scrooge McDuck could swim in. It's ridiculous.
You think more people would know Zynga than?
No, here's the thing. No one knows who Zynga is.
Right.
But if you say Farmville, a lot of people are like, oh yeah, I know Farmville, that sucks. People plant crops on my wall all the time on Facebook. And you're like, yeah, they do. But Zynga is also buying up things left and right. So Words with Friends was recently purchased by Zynga.
I love Words with Friends.
Words with Friends, amazing. Like I could play for hours, which is why I don't, because I'd never get anything else done. But Zynga is quietly creeping up and just purchasing and biting off of all these fun games. The digital gaming space is huge. I think there's, as soon as Zynga goes public, I don't have a lot of money to be putting into stocks, but I will buy some of it. Because even if I buy $1,000 and the stock price doubles in the first week, which it probably will, I want to cash that out quickly and be like, well, I just made $1,000. That was nice. So what are your thoughts, Marco?
Well, what's interesting about it, you had said when we were together, when you were here in San Diego.
You can say when we were together. That's fine.
When we were together, in real life, in the reals, you brought up Zynga and you said if they ever do an IPO, I will be all over that so quick. And I thought, I don't even know what Zynga is. I mean, I know they do a lot of social gaming and things that annoy me, but I haven't paid attention. And I swear to God, when you first said it, I thought you were talking about Zoho, and I was like, wow, why is this guy getting excited over like free web apps?
Yeah.
Like so I really I read the article about their whole low float IPO, and I don't have an opinion one way or the other, but I think that. Go for it. Go for it, Zynga. If they can sell, yes. And if I had money to put in the stock market, I would absolutely toss some money towards Zynga.
And take our professional stock advice.
Yes.
But no, I mean, I looked at LinkedIn. I look at LinkedIn, and I think to myself, boring. I don't use it. I've got a name with like 300 notifications that I haven't answered, and that's not to say that I'm popular. That's just to say in the 3 years I've had a LinkedIn account, I just don't ever check it. The only thing I do check it is if friends go on there and they like send me an invite, I go and accept them because I feel bad. My friends are gonna be like, "Well,
it's because you have a job, though."
Right? Yeah,
I thought
maybe it's a huge place for unemployed people, but even then, like that doesn't make sense for a company to be worth a lot of money. There's a lot of people that don't have jobs who don't have money. That seems weird.
Well, it seems like the only time I see people update their activity is when they change jobs or they lose jobs. Like, they get on there and they're feverish when they lose jobs, or, when they change, that's it. But I don't see value there.
I think, rounding this topic out as we get close to time here, is that Zynga is going to be a household name. It will be a household name. I mean, I'll wager my money on that because people are going to know who Zynga is. Kind of like, Hasbro is behind the scenes of all the board games of the world. Hasbro's a household name. Now, what does Hasbro itself do? Nothing. They just have all these games. Zynga's the same way. Zynga doesn't actually do anything. They just have all these games. They've purchased all these games, and it's all crazy addictive. I mean, I know people that play Words with Friends for hours throughout the day, which is why I stopped, because I couldn't get anything done.
Yeah.
So
Zynga, closing statement, Zynga is the Mattel of today.
Yeah, sure. Go for it.
So Groupon, TechCrunch came out with a story that Groupon is poised for collapse, or they came out with why it's poised for collapse, and it's just like the follow-up to a 3-part series on Local by who's the guy that did it? Rocky Ardwall?
Sorry, Rocky, we butchered your name.
I probably destroyed it. I'm sorry. He can destroy mine too. Groupon is something else we talked about when you were out here, and I think that it's a real interesting thing. I have limited experience with Groupon. Like I said, out to dry. Did order some magazines through there, and I mean that's a whole nother topic is the magazine business. But I did talk to a few local businesses that used it. One was a yoga studio. Just a side note, my personal experience with Groupon, and they absolutely hated it.
Yeah.
And it outlined like letter to letter everything that's that they talk about in this article. So we'll link up the article below. But basically, they're saying people they're tying up businesses. They're essentially giving them loans and then making them hold up their business. And then there's customers that I wouldn't even say the customer base is all that valuable. They do show up, the ones that do show up. They show up, but then that repeat business is, I don't know. I think everyone thinks their business. I mean, when you're in your business, you're so involved. You think people are going to come back, but it's a different community. The deal finders out there. Well, I mean, what are your thoughts?
Yeah. I mean, you think about the people that are only out there searching for deals. And as someone who has only purchased one Groupon and has never redeemed it, I purchased some teeth whitening from Les Cheval Day Spa here in Ponte Vedra Beach, where I live. Haven't used it. I purchased it like 6 months ago. I don't care about the deal. I care about the quality of the business, right? So if you're just a deal seeker, you want that deal, you're in, you're out, you leave. And a lot of times these people come through for these deals, and if there's too many people doing it, they get pissed off because then the company can't do it. I've done a couple stories on this, like being an expert in social media, lending my thoughts to Fox Business and AOL. And the thing that I keep saying to them is, listen, businesses don't need a huge surge in looky-loo customers. Like, you don't need somebody who just wants a deal and then is going to split. Like, that's the worst thing for you because, number one, it takes away inventory. It costs you a lot of money. It costs you time. And now you have someone who may not be happy when they bought a discounted product instead of trying to make a customer. So instead of wasting all the money, because if you don't know how Groupon works, real quick, you put a deal up there, which takes away, your inventory. If you're cutting your inventory in half to give a deal, then you also have to pay Groupon back on however many people used it. So a Groupon could cost you $50,000. You could take $50,000 and just do something. Give away, 1,000 iPads? Like, just do something, or be 100 iPads.
Yeah.
Just give them away. The show's not about math. Just give away a bunch of stuff to have people do cool things with your brand. It would be a lot more worthwhile. So we're out of time on Groupon, but I think Groupon missed a huge boat in letting Google purchase number $6 billion. That was the biggest mistake they made.
Okay, one thing I did like about that, well, I know we're done with it, right?
Yeah.
Final thought. I loved that they said the only time I would recommend it is if your business was about to go bankrupt and that was like your Hail Mary pass, because it is an influx of cash. So
final thought, their CEO is crazy.
That's okay. I can roll with that. What? All
right, you're next up on tap again with Microsoft Windows 8.
Okay, so Windows 8 brings up a theme that I think about often. We got the timer going officially?
Yep, you're good.
So they basically came out and I don't know how technical you are about all this, but they had a brilliant video. I'll put up a link to the video. Look, it looks like a giant mobile device as far as the way it interacts, and there's live tiles and just kind of the way it works. If I had to describe it, that's how I would. My problem with it, and developers' problems with it, is that they're like letting go. I'm going to pull up the list because it's ridiculous. So over the last 2 decades, right, all the developers have been learning Win32, COM, MFC, all Visual Basic, .NET, like all these frameworks and all these ways of doing things. And Windows is like, yeah, we're getting rid of all that, and we're going to focus on HTML5 and JavaScript. Which, if that is Greek to you, that's okay. It's basically saying, you got a cat. It's basically saying, like, hey, everything you've learned, screw it, we're starting over because we like this better. And that's like, I have a friend who was a Flash developer, and he's like, man, he is so bitter about Steve Jobs and the whole Apple crew and what they've done to Flash. It's like, this is an entire community. Can you imagine working on something 15, 20 years and them going like, hey, our next release, not going to do it? Like,
so, quick question. I am pretty well versed in technical stuff, luckily. But so let's just take like Norton Antivirus for an example. So Norton Antivirus is a program that you install on your computer. It's written in some form of code or whatever. So if you were to want to have an antivirus software on your computer, that wouldn't exist in the standard way that it has before, right?
Right. I mean, the way they say it, I mean, it sounds like most their desktop applications are all going to be, they're going to integrate with HTML5 and all sorts of JavaScript stuff. Like, weird. I don't know what they're keeping. It sounded like the 2 core things they were keeping as far as desktop applications and interacting socially was HTML5. And I want to make sure it's Java, and JavaScript.
Yeah.
So the thought that it leads me to, other than like, yeah, it sucks for those developers, is how, technology moves real fast, and that's great unless we miss something that could have benefited a lot of people before, say, a technology, before it's rendered obsolete. And what I mean by that, how much time we got? We doing good?
Minute and a half.
So what I mean by that is, like, I think about, like, I wrote it down. People that were discovered after death. Okay, Thoreau, Van Gogh, Edgar Allan Poe, Kafka, Emily Dickinson. All these names, right? These people weren't discovered till after their death. If your website, if you're a blogger, if you're whatever, and you die, and hosting expires, or they keep advancing technology, what happens to all that information? How many hours of content? What is it? 20 hours or 22 hours uploaded to YouTube every minute? So. Yeah. All that content, and I know most of it's pictures of kittens.
Yep.
But I mean, what are your thoughts on that? Should we worry about preserving this, as things evolve, is preserving the past, like, important? Or is it just like, screw it, like, this is the pace we move now? What do you think?
It's weird to think about. A couple quick things, because we're going to run out of time, but I'm going over. It's like GeoCities. So think about GeoCities, right? Like, GeoCities was the original hosting provider. I had geocities.com/something or whatever my first website was. Kill this timer. And the site disappeared because GeoCities disappeared. And it wasn't necessarily like a thing I loved. It was a Dragon Ball Z website or something ridiculous back in those days. But it's gone forever. Like, right. I can't ever see the first website I ever built because they didn't save it. So on that aspect of it, it really does suck, And so just look at like a business perspective. If iwereyourShirt.com doesn't live on forever and it goes away somewhere, it stinks. You would think that with all like the data of the world and the Googles of the world and the Microsofts of the world, imagine like how much credit Microsoft would get if they started a project called the Internet Data Archive, and they literally just archived everything. And they just said we're going to save everything. We're going to back up everything like a time machine, basically, of the web, so that people can always. There's a cattail. See, video views are going up, up, up.
That's right.
That kind of stuff. I wonder how that would work, right? Like, I don't know how all that information and technology and stuff works. I also don't understand how, like, the Windows operating system goes from a start button for like the past 19 versions of Windows, to then all of a sudden like no more start button. We're just going to completely go like this route of whatever it is that they're going with now, like the mobile kind of fun and easy route. Like that's going to kill the grandmothers of the world. Like they're just not going to understand it, and that's the Windows user base. Like it's like the standard everyday computer user who doesn't who thinks Mac is scary because it's so simple. You're shooting yourself in the foot. Like you may as well just be like, well, we want to lose a whole lot of users now. So I don't know. We'll see. But let's move forward because we could ramble on about that for a while.
We could. And it'll be interesting to see how it develops, how the community responds and all that. But certainly, food for thought. And we will post links so people can look at. Oh, we're getting into fun stuff. So you want to talk about? Let's get into the random section.
Some random. My first, we'll jump back and forth on our random, so we mix it up a little. My first random is Game of Thrones. This is probably one of the best TV shows I've watched in a long time. Let's go 2 minutes on the time, or 1 minute on the timer for each random. Game of Thrones on HBO. If you don't have HBO, pirate it somewhere. It's worth it. Not that I'm condoning that, but I just said it, so whatever. But it is. I think it was $40 million that they've spent making the show, which is why it's on HBO, which is why you pay for premium content. It is one of the best shows I've ever seen. It's like Lord of the Rings with a little bit of magic, with like really good storyline, and it's just super interesting. So if people haven't watched it, you got to watch Game of Thrones. I'm 2 episodes behind. My girlfriend and I watch it religiously, but we were out of town for a week, and it's amazing. It is really cool stuff. Have you heard of it?
I've heard of it through you, and every time I see it online, there's a picture of one guy. And they're like, just give him an Oscar already. Give him an Oscar. I don't know who it is. I don't know what he does. But like, I'm already like, this guy must be pretty amazing because I see pictures of him all the time. So I'm gonna have to be in the pirate crowd. Yeah,
it's well worth the watch. Game of Thrones. That's my you have to check this out thing. All right, my time's up. Your first one.
Well done. Yep. Okay. So a little random action. I'm gonna drop a link down below. Who doesn't love bacon on everything? Right?
I love bacon on things.
You had Chick-fil-A? They don't have bacon.
They don't have bacon, no.
But Chick-fil-A.
So how do you pronounce this thing?
I think it's Bakelicious.
There you go.
Bakelicious.us. And then you can do any website.
So basically, it's for the people out there who can't see it like us at the immediate moment, what does it do?
It puts a giant slab of bacon on your webpage, which... I mean, I don't know what else you need. I think if you're looking to do a full-blown web design, like redesign and spend a bunch of money, don't do it. Use Bakelicious, strip of bacon, and you're golden. So,
marketing plan 2012.
I wear a shirt. It's just the same website. All the days sold out, and you used to have a strip of bacon. People are like, I came, I was going to buy a day, and I left. I was happy, but I don't even know what happened. Bacon.
All right, let's move forward here. My next topic in random, summer movies. I'm super excited about a bunch of summer movies going on right now. I'm going to go see Super 8 with the girlfriend later tonight.
I saw it yesterday.
Oh, yeah, don't say anything.
I'm not saying a word.
It looks awesome. J.J. Abrams and Steven Spielberg come together to blow my mind collectively, which is cool. I saw X-Men First Class a week and a half ago. Awesome. Loved it. Fun theater flick. A little bit corny at times, but I think every comic book movie tends to be a little bit corny at times. And also, in some not movies out in the theater but coming out next year, I read a little thing on Iron Man 3, and that Jon Favreau is obviously not producing and directing, but he's a part of it in like a day role, like his character's not going to disappear from the movie, but he's asking for like absurd requests because he doesn't get to be director and producer. So like he wants to sleep with Pepper Potts. Like he wants to do like all these things. He wants to turn into like a huge muscular guy through CGI, like crazy stuff. So I'm excited about summer movies, and that one next year will be good.
Are you a Harry Potter fan?
No,
not at all.
None, zero. Hence why I didn't mention.
Me neither.
Really?
I'm a fan. I admit I'm a fan.
Oh, you are a fan. Oh, I thought we were gonna have like a whole like life connection here, but no. I don't believe in the Harry Potter. I hate the little weenie character who all of a sudden is like powerful and overcomes everything. It doesn't happen.
No, that is true.
Which is why it's in a movie. All right, keep going to your next random.
So music, and the reason I put this in here is because I got a pen. I've been like meaning to text you like 7 times and I always forget. Pretty Lights, great instrumental music. If you've seen any of my videos, or I've noticed in a few of your videos, little Pretty Lights action.
I need to go. I keep meaning to put the links in the description for them. So
they're good people. They're a Denver-based band. Great instrumental tunes. If you need something, I use it to work too, so my brain can chew on something that's not words. But you brought up when I don't know. There were a couple other bands that it was similar to Milkman more than Pretty Lights. But who was it?
We got Titus Jones. Titus Jones was a DeAndre Upshaw recommendation, so I got to give him credit for that. Girl Talk, which is awesome. He's got 2 albums out, and his latest album is really good. And then Childish Gambino. If you like the rap music, that was one recommended to me by the girlfriend. That's actually Donald Glover, the actor who's in Community and Derek Comedy. If you ever watch that. Super hilarious guy, unbelievably talented rapper, and actually like really good lyrics. So
nice. Girl Talk.
Lupe Fiasco's album Lasers.
You're like the 4th person.
And buy that one. Don't pirate that one. Buy that one. Support Lupe Fiasco because he deserves it. He's awesome.
Girl Talk is not on Pandora. I looked for them while running.
Really?
I didn't see them on the Pandora machine. But that's it.
Yeah.
That's it. That's my. How is that for timing, huh?
That was good. You said that's it, and then it went off. All right. Isn't it crazy how fast this went?
It's kind of freakish.
Ladies and gentlemen, this was basically our first show. We've got one segment at the end here called our favorite YouTube videos of the week. And hopefully we'll be doing this as a weekly segment. Maybe try and do a Monday recording every Monday, and then we'll put it up on Wednesdays. So when you're watching this, I'm talking about the past, obviously. But
right.
So yeah, we'll figure out how we're going to put this thing up and share it out there. But end it off with your favorite YouTube video or channel of the week.
Okay. You want me to lead? I'll lead.
Yeah, go for it.
So through the Reddit-verse, you see this tail?
That's awesome.
This cat is out of control. Through the Reddit-verse, I stumbled across, I think it's My Hearto's channel, and the My Drunk Kitchen series, which I don't know if I've laughed that hard ever watching anything. Brilliant. Brunch, hands down, my favorite episode is Brunch. So we'll put a link up there. Not much else to say. That's
awesome. I love it. I
I watch a lot. I watch a lot of cooking shows. To full honesty, I would not eat anything out of her kitchen.
No, the cooking is not necessarily what you're getting. She has mastered the art of jump cuts, though. But we'll let the world watching figure that out and enjoy that. So
it's true. Your video.
My favorite video, I'm going to give a shout out. I just got back from a week-long trip in Grand Rapids, Michigan. I got a shout out there. The Grand Rapids Lip Dub. It is the most epic lip dub you'll ever see. The whole city came together for this thing. It's got over 3 million views now on YouTube, which is awesome. It's been up for like 2.5 weeks. The guy Rob Bliss basically came to the city and said, hey, let's do this. Newsweek just said we were one of the dying cities or top 10 dying cities in the nation, so let's show them that we're not. And they came together. The whole city came together. You watch this thing. It's 10 minutes long. The song is the American Pie song, which, full disclosure, I do not like the song at all. Like, I watched the video on mute because I just can't stand the song. But I just play Pretty Lights with the song. But it is an awesome lip dub. I mean, you can pick it apart by little things, but it's just fun to see the whole place come together. One of the whole city. And if you ever visit, it's just cool to see all the things come together. So big shout out to the Grand Rapids lip dub. I hope it continues to get more views and that stuff.
Nice. It didn't feel like 10 minutes. I'm kind of surprised.
When you watched it?
Yeah.
Good.
So, good. I give it my stamp of approval.
The Markow stamp of approval. All right, well, thanks for watching our first episode of Jason².
Jason².
We're two Jasons.
That's it.
Who do things.
That's it. Join us in the future. Do you want to tell them where you are online? Do we want to end with that, or you just want to end with the antlers?
I'm going to end with the antlers for this one. Okay. But we'll have links like to our Twitters and all those things and that stuff below. It's been fun.
I'll see you next week.
Go ahead and drop your tagline on the way out.
What is my tag? We are your hosts from coast to coast. Oh, I'm never drunk brainstorming again.